NBA players that let themselves go. The NBA has been around since 1946, and we've seen some of the greatest athletes of all time compete on the court during that time. There have been many types of play that have spanned several centuries. However, several NBA players are currently out of shape. Today we'll tell you about the NBA players that let themselves go. Before we start, go ahead and subscribe. Also, press the bell button to get the latest updates. Without any further delay, let us start. In the list of NBA players that let themselves go, we have Zion Williamson. The rookie season of Zion Williamson was both promising and frustrating. Williamson ended the season with a 22.5 point per night average in less than 28 minutes a night, but he missed the first 3 months of the season and was placed under a minute limit when he returned. However, he gained 110 pounds in just a few years. His weight gain is becoming a problem for him. However, his weight gain and loss fluctuate dramatically, and one thing is clear: he must exercise caution, as this is the aspect that will either make or break his career. NBA fans are also very concerned with the form of their favorite players. Next on the list, we have Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is a Slovenian professional basketball player who currently plays for the Dallas Mavericks of the NBA and the Slovenian national team. Doncic, who was born in Ljubljana, shone as a young player for Union Olimpija before joining Real Madrid's youth academy. He's also recently put on a lot of weight, which his Twitter followers are teasing him for. When asked about this in an interview, he said that people say whatever they want, but that obviously I am not in very good shape. He is, however, focusing on his body shape. He needs to get it under control or his future will be jeopardized. Next on the list, we have Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Jamar Thomas is an unrestricted free agent from the United States of America. The 5', 9-inch point guard was a 3-time Pac-10 All-Conference pick during his 3 years as a member of the Washington Huskies. This individual was genuinely interested in earning more money, claiming that he deserved a $100 million deal. He was soon injured and his descent began. He lost his faith and never recovered to his previous level of performance. Many people believe it was because of his ego. His career is now almost over. Next on the list, we have Robert Swift. Swift caught the attention of NBA and college scouts while playing for Garces Memorial High School, and then later as a centerpiece for the Bakersfield High School team. During his time at Garces, the small Catholic high school broke into the USA Today Top 25 high school basketball team rankings. Between his junior and senior years, Swift transferred from Garces to Highland High School, and then just before his senior year, he transferred to Bakersfield High School. This guy was known for an armed robbery. Imagine going from an NBA star to an armed robber. On January 8, 2015, Swift was arrested by police for involvement in an armed home invasion attempt. Swift claimed he was high on drugs at the time of the incident. This guy was generous with his money, and when he lost everything due to knee problems, he got addictions. Next on the list, we have Latrell Spruell. Spruell earned 4 NBA All-Star selections and an All-NBA first-team pick during his basketball career. And he also helped the Knicks to the 1999 NBA Finals and the Timberwolves to the 2004 Western Conference Finals. Despite his achievements, Spruell's career was marred by a 1997 incident in which he choked then Warriors coach P.J. Carl Zemo during practice, resulting in a 68-game suspension. Unfortunately, a single event in one's life can alter the course of one's entire life. He did, however, retire with a fortune of $100 million. This wealth seems to be substantial, but is quickly depleted when his ex-wife sued him for $200 million in just 3 years. Next on the list, we have Eddie Curry. Curry, who is just 34 years old, seems to be older than Shaq. Despite having heart issues, the center was able to sign a lucrative deal with the New York Knicks, $60 million over 6 years. Curry was traded to the Knicks by the Bulls after he refused to take a test to diagnose his heart problems. Curry is an NBA champion, having played for the Miami Heat in 2012. Curry was a lot slimmer than he was during the 2008-2010 seasons when he weighed 350 pounds. Curry was willing to return to feasting after his playing career ended, which he happily did. Next on the list, we have Anton Walker. Walker, who was never very athletic, had his work ethic challenged throughout his career, including though he was one of the best young players in the NBA. He was always a little late, and his decisions weren't always in his team's best interest. Walker's career, however, was not as bad as many people believe, as the Celtics' late 90s revival would not have happened without him. During his playing career, Walker was well paid for his efforts. This is where Walker's decision-making comes into play once more, as he lost the majority of his money as a result of it. Unable to let go of his NBA dream, he continued to perform his wonderful shimmy in NBDL, but he no longer looked like an NBA player. Next on the list, we have Vin Baker. Vin Baker, another talented power forward and 4-time All-Star, was acquired by the Sonics in exchange for Kemp, Unfortunately, Baker's career began to decline after he moved to Seattle from Milwaukee, and he was no longer able to recapture the spark that had helped him to play so well in the Eastern Conference. Baker was bankrupt after his basketball career ended due to drinking and poor investments. He now works as a barista in a Starbucks in North Kingstown. For a pro basketball player who made over $100 million during his career, it's not exactly the post-basketball life, but at least he's sober and happy. Next on the list, we have Lamar Odum. Lamar Odum was a very versatile forward, one that could pass, shoot, rebound, and drive into the lane. He was never the best player on the Clippers, the Heat, or the Lakers, but his game was instrumental to team success. He won 2 NBA championships with Kobe and Pau on the Lakers and earned 6th Man of the Year honors in 2011. Then came the trade to Dallas and Odum was never the same. He practically lost interest in basketball and focused on substance abuse. His reckless lifestyle almost cost Odum his life. He was found unconscious in a brothel in Nevada and was in a coma for a few days. He suffered several strokes and kidney failure. Not a great end to a very good NBA career. Finally on the list, we have Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz is an American professional basketball player of the Orlando Magic of the National Basketball Association. He played college basketball for the Washington Huskies before being selected by the Philadelphia 76ers with the first overall pick in the 2017 NBA Draft. On November 20, 2018, his agent Raymond Brothers announced Fultz would not participate in practice or games until a shoulder injury was evaluated. His ailment was later described as thoracic outlet syndrome, TOS, the neurogenic type of the disorder, which affects nerves between the neck and shoulder. He is facing a lot of issues, which will affect his career and could lead to an end to his career. That is all for today, folks. Tell us in the comment section what is your point of view about these players. See you soon with another amazing video.